Welcome. In front of me is a Black Shark gaming tablet, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, before I get started with the actual reset, I do want to quickly talk about backing up your device, as obviously it will store a bunch of your personal information, photos, videos, apps, contacts, and so on. So by resetting it, you'd be losing all of that. So it's best that you maybe create a backup of this data before you go and reset it first. And I'll be showing you how you can do that. Now, we're going to be starting off with the easiest way, and probably the one that is the most easily accessible and also available to any device. And it's going to be the Google one. So let's open up settings. And in here, we're just going to go all the way to the bottom to System. And in here, Backup. Now you can see that on my end, both photos, videos, and other device data is being backed up. It has this check mark. If it wasn't being backed up, it would have, well, number one, it would be gray, and it would have like a minus there. So, obviously this is being backed up, but if you're planning to do this on your end, I do want to quickly talk about this just because there's a little bit, actually there's a lot of caveats right here. So for photos and videos, if we click on it, you will be able to see there is a little bit of a bar for how much storage I have. So with your Google account, you have a 15 gigabyte free storage, cloud storage. Now, this storage is being used for photos, Google, like Gmails and so on, attachments and stuff like that. And once you reach that 15 gigabytes, that's it. You can't really put anything more, so you need to delete whatever is being stored on there. And you can, for instance, manage it from here, as you can see. So if you have more than 15 gigabytes of photos, that essentially means that you won't be able to back them all up using this method, which makes it a little bit shit. And obviously videos fall under the same thing. So this is total space, 15 gigabytes in total. That would include all of your photos and videos, along with Gmail attachments, the emails themselves, and everything else that is stored on there. So that's one. Another thing is the other device data. So that's where more caveats come in. It backs up contacts, call history, device settings, app data, SMS, and MMS messages. Now, again, this is subjected to the same 15 gigabyte limit. And on top of that, it backs up whatever Google actually benefits from, which is kind of a bit of a scammy thing to do, in my opinion, because anything that Google couldn't give a shit less about because reasons, they're not really going to be backing up. But things that allow them to make more profit and basically erode your privacy away, yeah, that shit is being backed up without a doubt. So things like, for instance, contacts. Now that's not eroding your privacy, that is eroding privacy of everyone else who has never consented to their contacts being stored on the cloud. But you're just kind of taking away their choice right there by uploading them to the cloud. Call history, again, ad profiling and all that shit. Obviously it makes it easier for that Google to know who you know and what they're interested in, and then, you know, all that shit. So it's just creepy dog shit right here. Now, next we have device settings. Yeah, this shit doesn't really get backed up. In reality, apps, those aren't being backed up at all, like whatsoever. So telling you that it's backup other data, that's lie. Because backup would imply that there's a copy of this data, of all the data that is listed right here, being created, but it's not. So when it comes down to applications, number one, Google ignores any application that isn't from Play Store. And applications that are from Play Store, those aren't immune to any kind of problems as either, because let's say you downloaded the Yuzu emulator. It was available on Play Store. You were happily using it till right now, and you want to just, you know, format, reset your device, but you want to back it up, right? I mean, Yuzu is cool, whatever, emulating Switch games and stuff. So you go in here and you see, oh yeah, it backs up my applications and app data. And then you back it up, reset your device, and then you go to restore, and well and behold, Yuzu emulator isn't being restored, even though it originated from Play Store. And the reason for that is, in the meantime, when you downloaded it and when you backed it up and now trying to restore it, in that time, the Nintendo's Avengers assembled of lawyers, they came together to defend the Nintendo multiverse from these pesky people that create things that allow other users to play Nintendo games without ever needing a Switch. How dare you? So basically, that Yuzu emulator got completely, scraped off of Play Store, and every possible infinite of possibilities where Play Store could have had, those are all gone as well. And you trying to restore it, because Google never backed up that application, you'd be technically downloading it from Play Store as a restore process. So that's why the backup is a lie. So that's one. And second thing is, because it's no longer there, you can't really restore shit that doesn't exist anymore. App data also isn't being backed up. So app data is basically what's gonna keep things like your signed in accounts, the fact that, for instance, you had an application in dark mode, or other things. But for the most part, it's the signed in credentials. Would be nice to keep those and transfer them easily, but no. And then SMS and MMS, obviously, that's just creepy shit that Google wants access to, just because it helps them erode your privacy and train their AI models and get better ad profiles on you. So obviously that's going to be backed up. Anyway, so that's one way. I believe there's another way in here that we could be backing up our device. So let me quickly hopefully find it. I think there is one. You might need to download it, because I'm pretty sure Xiaomi, as this is Black Shark, so technically Xiaomi, does have their own cloning application. Let me just quickly check. Xiaomi has not clone up. It's using MiMover. I remember that it has something, I just couldn't remember the freaking name. So you could go to Play Store and hopefully download MiMover from there. Let's quickly check. Interesting. I guess you can't really do this. Okay, so that's a bit unfortunate, because for some reason you can't get the application that was freaking designed for Xiaomi's. Anyway, I am still going to mention this just because we don't necessarily need this particular application in certain cases. So what this application allows you to do, or applications such as this one, which is a migration application, is to move whatever data you have on here to another device. So if you have a new tablet or phone or anything like that, or even old one, what you could do is grab that old device. So let's say I have a Samsung right here. Samsung has a migration application called Smart Switch. Let's see if that is available right here. Oh, there we go. Samsung Smart Switch Mobile. So this is the application that you could get to basically move data from this phone, tablet, to a Samsung phone. And you're going to need to use the application of the device you're moving the data to. And anyway, that's going to be basically the best way. It removes the need to have anything stored on a cloud, so it gives you more privacy. It doesn't care that you have more than 15 gigabytes of photos. They all will be moved as long as the device has enough storage on there. And on top of that, applications aren't subject to the same BS that, if an application evaporated from existence, you can't move it even though it's right now on your device. It's going to get physically moved from here to another device of your choice. So it's just much better. Now anyway, with that all out of the way, which should allow us to create a backup of our device, we can now go to our settings again. And again, you want to select System. And this time around, you're looking for Reset Options right here, and then Erase All Data, Factory Reset. After a moment, this will show you all the data that will be removed by this process. But like I said, our device should have been backed up by now, so we can just select Erase All Data and then click on Erase All Data a second time. If you have a screen lag between these pages, you will need to confirm it, but I didn't, so it just automatically jumps to it, and it will begin factory resetting the tablet. Now this will take about 1 to 2 minutes to finish up, and when it's completed, we will be presented with Android setup screen. So I'll be back once that is visible for me. And as you can see, the process is now finished, and you can set up your device however you like. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.